Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a school district leader, a principal, or a curriculum director, you already know the struggle of finding social studies materials that actually engage middle schoolers, all while meeting those strict academic standards. Today, we're breaking down a really unique pitch for the How the World Works middle school curriculum. We are going to analyze the creator's claims of moving past rote memorization to teach students how to analyze the actual systems that built our world. Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap. We'll be decoding how the world works, diving into teaching active systems thinking, unpacking their three-part curriculum system, discussing why it's academically neutral and welcoming, and finally looking at the rigorous academic standards alignment. All right into Section 1, decoding how the world works, shifting the historical lens. We've all seen traditional history classes, right? Usually it's just memorizing abstract dates and distant events. But the creators of How the World Works are pitching a massive shift here. They want to treat history as a living network of active problem solving. So instead of just reading a textbook and taking a multiple choice test, kids are actually analyzing how real, clever people engineered solutions to the geographical challenges right in front of them. Moving on to Section 2, teaching active systems thinking, the analytical framework. Now here's the core of that analytical framework. The curriculum constantly anchors kids with three big questions. What did the geography give? What did it take? And what did the people decide to build? Think about it. Instead of just memorizing that a civilization existed near a river, students have to figure out, okay, what resources did that river actually provide? What threats did it pose, like flooding? And what specific systems did those people physically build to survive and thrive? It's a total game changer for engagement. And to actually deliver this in the classroom, they introduced this character, Grandpa Siddiqui. He acts as an analytical guide. But here's the kicker. He doesn't lecture. Middle schoolers tune out lectures, right? Instead, he steps in to prompt students, pausing to ask those deep analytical questions we just talked about. It's an invitation for them to actually think, rather than just an instruction to memorize. So, students take these questions and apply them across four systematically underrepresented civilizations. We're talking Al-Andalus, Mali, Malacca, and Aksum. For example, they might compare the Niger River in Mali with the Mediterranean coast of Al-Andalus. Over the course of the year, they're looking through 8 thematic lenses, like trade and legacy, to really train that muscle of identifying systems, constraints, and decisions. All right, Section 3, a 3-part curriculum system, ready for the classroom. Logistically, what are you actually bringing into your district? Well, it's not some sprawling, messy folder of disconnected handouts. It's a tightly integrated 3-part system built specifically for grades 6 through 8. Step 1 is the student textbook, Step 2 is the Explorer's Journal, and Step 3 is the teacher's manual. Let's break those down. First up, the student textbook. This is the anchor. Now, yes, it uses a narrative approach for those 8 thematic units, but it absolutely pushes beyond simple storytelling. The text focuses on cross-cultural comparison and explicitly treats every single civilization as a system of decisions. It also weaves in primary source excerpts and these great analyze callouts that push kids from just basic observation to actually forming a causal argument. Then we have the Explorer's Journal. Don't think of this as just a basic workbook. It's an active workspace. It's a dedicated thinking space. There are 5 activities per chapter, but the absolute standout feature is the Think Like an Engineer creative sketching section. Students are literally drafting their own solutions to historical problems. Plus, there are action steps that connect this historical systems thinking right back to their own local community systems, like public parks or local internet infrastructure. And finally, Step 3, the teacher's manual. The pitch here is that this is truly Monday morning ready. You get a complete 7-step teaching sequence for every chapter. And for administrators, this next part is huge. It has built-in differentiation. We're talking vocabulary prep for ELL students that's meant to be taught 24 hours in advance, and graphic organizers specifically designed for IEP and 504 accommodations. It even includes anticipated student questions along with clear, district-safe answers. Which brings us to Section 4, academically neutral and welcoming, safe for public schools. Let's talk about the guardrails, because we know how important handling cultural topics is in public schools right now. Right in the text, there is this explicit disclaimer for the public school edition. It guarantees the curriculum is academically neutral and does not promote religious belief or practice. It is a secular, evidence-based approach strictly focused on observable things like geography, trade, and engineering. So if your board members or parents have questions, the manual provides absolute reassurance that the focus stays firmly on historical evidence. Okay, last up, Section 5.
Rigorous academic standards alignment. Checking the boxes.
Because, let's be real, none of this incredible pedagogy matters if it doesn't meet your district rubrics. The manual explicitly aligns every single lesson with verified standards. You've got the C3 framework, hitting dimensions 1 through 4. You've got Common Core ELA for evidence-based reasoning and collaborative discussion. It hits multiple NCSS aims like culture, geography, and innovation, and it heavily integrates those cross-cutting concepts needed for next-generation frameworks. So, bringing it all together, the overarching goal of this curriculum, the thing they repeat constantly, is to empower students to read every civilization as a system of decisions made in a place. By the end of the year, your students aren't just reciting random facts about Malacca or Aksum, they actually have the transferable analytical tools to look at any society, past or present, break it down into its subsystems, and truly understand how it functions. We'll leave you with this to chew on. Are your classrooms ready to stop memorizing history and start analyzing the systems that built our world? Seriously, imagine how an active, systems-thinking approach like this could transform the way the students in your district understand the world around them. It is definitely a question worth taking to your curriculum teams. Thanks for